What's going on, guys? Welcome back to technically quote unquote trade recap, right? We're going to go over the trade that I did not get filled by 0.67 points this morning. I barely got my limit missed by about like zero point 0.1 of a point. Very, very small percentage. And then we ran to my TP 4-1 R. RR, unfortunate, super unfortunate. I wasn't going to post this, but somebody in my Discord asked me if I could make a trade recap anyway, so I thought, well, might as well post another trade recap, quote unquote, right? Might as well another piece of content. Here's the cock and ball strategy. I don't know if you guys have seen that new strategy. We can talk about that later. But we'll run through the trade that I would have taken today. So coming out of the charts this morning, where is that shit at? It's right here, right? Yeah. Okay. So, anyways. Coming out of the charts this morning, we had just swept out this high right here, as you can see. I'll mark this out for you. Boom, that high right there, and that's also inside of this 4-hour gap, right? So that right there is a pretty good indication, like, hey, we're probably going to reverse and go back to the downside. So with that being said, right, I'm probably looking for some sort of shorts. If we look in here, right, draws on liquidity wise, we're right here. This is at 9. Our only necessarily draw that we have that's close enough is this right here, right? This little low, 1 hour low, whatever you want to call it, right? That's kind of essentially our only thing because there's no gaps inside of here, right? Nothing that we can reverse off of, right? So probably just going to target this low, right? And then we'll see displacement wise where we're going. And if we want to target these relatively equal lows down here. So that's what I'm thinking on the morning, right? We just swept that out, thinking that we're probably going to drop back down. After that, okay, if the 5-minute loads. Anyways, so as you can see here, pre-market, we swept this out at 9:10, and then we started to drop down, and I wanted to target this down here, right? That was my draw on liquidity. So that's what I was looking to get targeted, waiting for that to get targeted, right? And so what ended up happening, right? Well, we just freaking dumped off of market open. Realistically, right, I would have liked to catch a trade maybe down to some of this low resistance liquidity right here, right? We have these relatively stacked lows right here, right? Low right here, low right here, low right here. That's, that was essentially my draw on liquidity. So that's what I was looking for. And off market open, we just fucking dumped, took out all this shit. Very, very unfortunate that that happened. But you can't really do anything about that. So like in a case like this, right, we just got to adapt and look for some other shiz. So what ended up happening, right? Well, I'm still thinking we're gonna push lower, right? Because this is my final draw here, and then displacement wise, obviously, we'll see if the low all the way down there is my drop. Now, what ends up happening? Well, I want to see some sort of retrace, right? We do end up getting a retrace into this 5-minute gap, right? As you can see right here, we'll delete this one. Get a retrace into this 5-minute gap right here, as you can see, right? And then this is also in equilibrium of this range. Technically, it's right here. Right, this is equilibrium of this range. This gives me enough confidence, right? I like this trade, okay? I'm looking at this and I'm like, yeah, that looks pretty decent, right? And we also had a nice little fake out move. So what I mean by fake out, right, is a lot of the times when you're looking for a trade, right, you will have something like this where you have a move down and you'll get some sort of inversion and people will think this is the start of the move when it's really not. We'll come up, sweep that high out. It's a stop rate, essentially what it is, right? So if you're trying to go short, this this is why you use equilibrium right here. It's a lot of times you'll essentially like get rid of that stop rate because you'll see like we're not in equilibrium yet, we're not in discount to continue back lower. Same thing if we're going long, right? We'll go like this, make that fake move up, sweep out those lows again, and then actually make our move up. And so that's what happened today. As you can see right here, right, we had a move up into this 5-minute gap, right? We got a 30-second inversion to the downside and right here, but we're not in that equilibrium value. We're not in that discount. I don't like that, right? So I could have taken that 30-second inversion, but I did not like that. A brother did not like that, right? So instead, what did I do? Well, what I did is I waited for this retrace into equilibrium, got a 30-second inversion, and I had my order probably like right here, and I think I went at the body right here, just like this, targeted these lows. That's too much, so obviously it was probably like down here. It was like this, and probably this candle right here is what happened, right? So a lot of the times when you see a fair value gap, right, you'll get a nice little retrace. If we have, an inversion to the upside, you'll get a healthy retrace of that value before continuing up, right? If we have an inversion, say right here, like this is our inversion, right? You'll have some sort of retrace back into that inversion before continuing in whichever direction that you're going to go, right? So a lot of the times I set limit orders. I set a limit order right here, and it was this close. I know, like maybe even closer. No joke, it was like this, right? You can see barely didn't get in there, right? So we came for some sort of retest, and we barely missed my limit. And then dump. And we would have hit our TP in approximately 9:58, 9:41, in approximately 17 minutes. So it's pretty upsetting, but can't get upset about that. But anyways, super, I don't want to say textbook because it was like pretty shitty price action after that dump. But we had high time frame gaps, a sweep of liquidity, right? A dump back down. We had draws on liquidity lower, right? Retraced to a 5-minute, got 5-minute equilibrium as well. And then, 30-second inversion to the downside. Just didn't get our limit order filled, unfortunately. We would have banked today. But it's whatever. Move on to the next day. Yeah, but that's essentially it for the quote-unquote trade recap that I didn't take. But I am going to start posting a lot of informational trading videos. Videos about strategy and confluences and liquidity and all that stuff, right? And I just posted one about liquidity. So if you guys have not seen that, go back, watch the video. Some fucking sauce in there, completely for free. Go watch the video, okay? Just trust me. Go watch the video. You're gonna become a better trader, okay? You just go watch the video, look at the charts, use the information that I'm telling you, right? Use it to your advantage, okay? Don't just fucking watch it for fun. Watch that shit, write notes about it, take fucking notes, genuinely lock in on it, okay? And actually watch the film, because it's a film. It's not just a video, it's a film. It's not really a film because the quality's fucking terrible. But that's the trade recap for today. If you made it this far, comment Apple down in the comments below. Just say Apple. But with all that being said, right, once again, you guys know the rules. If I take a trade tomorrow, you'll see me tomorrow. If I don't take a trade tomorrow, you're not going to see me tomorrow, right? Tomorrow's Friday. I don't think we have any news. This week just looked really good with news-wise and stuff, but it is December, right? So we got to be okay with not taking a trade. We got to be careful. We don't have to trade all the time, right? So that being said, boys, I will catch you later. I'll let you go. I'm rambling on here, but I'll catch you later. Peace out. Yo.